My name is Laith Ashley, and you're watching Studio Q. Stay tuned.
Studio Q show. Now you know.
Hey, how are you?
How
I see you again.
I know.
You don't have the glasses today.
I know. They're in my bag. I was
Okay.
like, I'm inside, but
Yeah, it's all good.
so
We're going to be outside in a second, so it's
I can get you
yeah,
performing.
right?
See, you didn't say nothing about that you got, a voice on you.
You didn't ask the last time you did that.
That's right.
But yes, I do sing. I was telling one of the past interviewers that it wasn't until after I transitioned that I felt comfortable. I knew I always wanted to be an entertainer, but I was always afraid. I was nervous that I wouldn't be accepted, and I wasn't necessarily my full self. And now that I feel like I've reached that potential, I can go out there and do what I love, and that is to entertain folks, to perform, and to use my platform to help other people. So I'm super excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the songs out there so people can go and click?
On iTunes and Spotify. I think they're on all platforms, actually. The first single is called Can't Wait, and the second one is Before You Go, and I'll be performing both tonight.
Nice.
Well, not tonight. It's still early. Today.
Nice. Now we're at the Break the Silence award, awards. What makes you identify with this particular cause?
I think that we all struggle with something. We all have had some hardship in our lives, and I think that it's important that we all come together and speak out on behalf of each other. I know that victims of domestic and sexual violence often think that they're alone, that they can't turn to anyone, and you're not alone. I'm here to tell you you're not alone. There have been many other people that have experienced similar things, and there are resources out there where you can find help, and it takes a lot of courage, but you can get out and you can get help, and you'll find lots of support out there. So I'm really happy to be here and to speak on it. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's nice. And I saw you on the cover of Vogue, right? Right?
There were a few magazines. I don't know. Vogue. I was featured in Vogue. I haven't been on the cover yet, but we're hoping that would be a thing that happens in the future. But I think I've had a few covers. There's a long list of them. I can't say all of them right now, but Vogue is definitely one that I'm looking to be on.
And what do you think, the biggest message you send being a trans model, featured in all of these great magazines?
Yeah. Well, first I'd like to start with saying modeling is not something that I necessarily was pursuing. I was an activist. I worked in the LGBT organization in New York first, and I was kind of discovered on Instagram, and that's how that all came about. And I'm happy that it happened because it allowed me access and it allowed me a platform to speak on a lot of social justice issues, and I think that it's my responsibility to speak on those issues, having that privilege. And I think those with privilege over any marginalized group need to use that privilege, need to use that voice in order to help others. It's our responsibility to help others because there's so much in this world that needs to change.
And have you experienced any, hardships or abuse in your transitioning?
Not in my transition necessarily. I've witnessed domestic violence within my family, my parents, and it took a very long time for them to get past it and get through it. And as a child, witnessing that, it was very difficult, and I always wanted to fix it. And I think it kind of made me a fixer. I'm always trying to be a fixer-upper, but I've just tried to be a good person and try to be empathetic to other people's lives and experiences, because we're all here, and we didn't choose to be here, but we all have to make the best of it. And life is beautiful if you make it. Yeah.
Well, I hope that you just bring down the house with them 2 songs.
All right, I'm yes, and hopefully I'll have some more soon. I'm working on a couple more tracks, and my engineer said that he'll get them to me sometime next week, but we'll see.
and people can be discovered on the gram. That's what I love.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I got discovered on the gram.